to Ghost video. In this video, I am giving you the predictions or what I think you can expect from Tariq St. Patrick in season 3 of Power Book 2 Ghost, which is currently filming now. We definitely got an exciting season finale in it. Tariq has been the most honest that I think we've ever seen him be throughout the course of this series as well as the Power series. He is really leaning heavily on Effie and Brayden, creating a pseudo family as he helps to get Yaz back to Tasha in this episode, ultimately severing that tie and that dependent or need for him to go straight or get it together to be able to protect and save her from the system. We kind of were left with the same thing of like, what does Tariq want going into the next season? Because they really do a good job of summing up or bringing to a close his storyline by the end of the season. This season, he was dead set on protecting the last little bit of a family that he had in Yaz after Big Mama decided to start drinking and got sloppy and messy, and Yaz was put into foster care because there was no one there to be able to take care of her with Tasha in witness protection. So by the end of this season, his number one want or goal was to make sure that Yaz was safe and with family. He was still able to succeed and do so, even if he's not the one who's going to take custody of her. So that sums up that. With this idea, Tariq was planning on, prior to his murder, that Mecca was going to wind up giving him $2 million and he could walk away clean. He was going to walk away from the business, make sure his sister was protected, and then completely be out. With Mecca dying before actually passing over that $2 million in an offshore bank account, and Yaz now going to be with Tasha, it leaves the audience to wonder, well, what is he going to do now? Tariq makes a note to Monet in the penthouse that they're still going to be stuck together or working together or aligned for a little bit longer because she don't have a connect and he don't have no money. He still has to graduate from Stansfield to be able to get his inheritance from Ghost. So we can see that he's definitely not going to be out of the drug game, but he's going to have to rework his entire organization because Brayden has been taken out of school. And while Brayden got on the stand and took all the heat, he also blew up Course Correct in the process. So he cannot operate Course Correct how they used to because now everybody knows that it's a drug front. I think that Tariq's storyline next season is going to be less about him being this baby kingpin in the making and more about him figuring out that he really cannot trust anyone. Effie in this season has shown up for him and tried to be there in his times of most need, and for the most part she does so, but she also is responsible for the death of Lauren, which she's hiding from him, and I believe that she also has a history with Kane. All of this I think will come out in season 3, which will create complications for their new budding relationship that we saw at the end of episode 10. If you want to check out that video which deep dives into Effie and Kane's past and potential history, you can go ahead and watch this video right here, which will be linked in the cards above as well as the description box down below. This is another reason why you should subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, because I jump down and give you detailed videos about specific points that you might be wondering or questions that you might be asking. Okay, so clearly Tariq can't trust Effie, even though Effie has clearly fallen in love with Tariq. Effie is going to struggle next season with a few conflicting areas of her belief. Like her love for Tariq is really going to conflict with her love for the game and her dedication to the game, and that is going to ultimately, I think, wind up exposing her. But this video ain't about her. I definitely have a video about her as well as Brayden. I'm going to put those two together and release that video very soon, so again, hit that subscribe button. But how does this play into Tariq and his story? So with Tariq deciding that he can trust Effie in this season and really being so straightforward and honest with her all the way up until the point of like really communicating his feelings for Lauren, that he misses Lauren, that he's looking for Lauren, that he's trying to protect Lauren and all of that, I think that once he realizes that he cannot trust Effie, that is going to send him into a spiral like no other. And in all honesty, Tariq's story really does mirror Ghost's a lot. As we watch the ups and downs of Ghost's relationship with Angela, we saw him shift in and out of different mental places, as well as watch his priorities shift and his goals shift based on his emotional and mental stability as a result of that relationship. I definitely think that Effie could be sliding into that spot, creating a roller coaster effect of Tariq not necessarily knowing what he wants or what he wants to do and what side he wants to play for. The first 2 seasons of Power Book 2 Ghost, we see Tariq making tough decisions, becoming a monster as he says, but ultimately knowing that he's good deep down. And I think that next season we could see him lean more into that monster and actually pursue trying to be bad after he's betrayed. Now, I don't necessarily think that Brayden is going to do any other betraying, but he has a hand in the whole Lauren disappearance and death. He knows that that when Effie took Lauren from him, that Lauren was good as dead. And when Tariq asked Brayden about Lauren in episode 10, he didn't come forward and say anything about it, which is the betrayal that we're going to actually see play out. Now, this is just going to have Tariq pull back a little bit more from Brayden, but I think it's going to be tough because he's going to probably need Brayden. Brayden, I think, is going to be the tie between Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Book 5 Influence, which is the coming spinoff specifically for Rashad Tate. I think that all of them will be used in the launching of Tate's spinoff, and we're going to see Brayden and Tariq interact in a way of they're still going to try to be best friends and bros, but they're going to go through a struggle. But then Tariq is definitely going to need them, and I think it's going to be more so in reference to their influence and money moving on. Now, where will Tariq be next season with the Tejadas? Lorenzo gets to meet Tariq for the first time in this episode. They have a little confrontation about Lorenzo having the drugs stolen back from Tariq, and Lorenzo lets him know, like, you had that coming. He also knows about, Tariq smashing Diana. However, it doesn't seem like Lorenzo has any type of animosity, even after learning about all of the roles that Tariq occupied within the whole family drama and the drug game for the Tejadas. Now, Monet has very, very high respect for Tariq, and I do think that after the whole Mecca debacle and all that's going on, Monet is going to, or was going to assert herself a little bit more in her family and make sure that Lorenzo didn't push her off to the side or to the background into not doing nothingness, which she didn't want to do to begin with. However, with Zeke's death, Monet might be a little bit distracted, so Tariq might be fighting next season to be respected and treated as a partner and not just as a soldier, how Lorenzo might actually position him, because Monet looks at Tariq much so like a partner, and Lorenzo still don't know him, still don't trust him, and will probably treat him like one of the kids in that he's a worker, not a partner. And I definitely could see this being a problem for Tariq because he's already put in so much work for this family. He already has been running his own entire empire and has been the brains behind a lot of the things that have went well or worked out for the Tejada family. So that could potentially present a conflict. I also think in season 3, we are not going to stop seeing Kane rub up against his insecurity and jealousy for Tariq, which is going to create little minute annoying problems, but problems nonetheless. I think the biggest issue that Tariq is going to have when it comes to the Tejadas next season is going to be with Effie transferring to Stansfield and potentially Diana also transferring to Stansfield, and then what is it going to look like between them and their little love triangle. But y'all, that is my quick breakdown of what I think you can expect from Tariq St. Patrick in season 3 of Power Book 2 Ghost. I would love for you to let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I will be responding to every single comment on this video, so go ahead and drop your thoughts right down there so that I can chat it up with you and we can keep the conversation going. If you made it all the way to the end of this video and you ain't subscribed just yet, then go ahead and fix that. Click that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications so that you don't miss any of my videos. I have a what's next for Monet, what's next for Kane, what's next for Lorenzo, and you don't want to miss any of those videos, and I cannot wait